The summer heat is rising, and so is the drama at FC Barcelona. Wonder Kid Lamine Yamal just dropped a mysterious message as he kicks off his holiday, leaving fans and the club puzzled about what it could mean. Meanwhile, Barcelona could be preparing to terminate another forgotten veteran's contract, just like they did with Lenglet. And in a surprise twist, a 28-year-old Premier League winger, on vacation himself, is now only thinking about wearing the Barcelona shirt. What's going on behind the scenes at Camp Nou? Let's dive into the full story. Lamine Yamal has headed off on holiday after a long and thrilling season for Barcelona and Spain. Barcelona's teenager won 3 trophies with Hansi Flick's side but tasted disappointment in his final game of the campaign as Spain were beaten in the Nations League final. Yamal then came in for weird criticism from former Real Madrid player Guti for wearing his cap backwards, and those comments don't appear to have gone unnoticed. The Spain star has posted a series of photos on Instagram showing him relaxing in the sunshine, although there's also a picture of him wearing his cap backwards and also the message, "They complain about the bad ones and they abuse the good ones." Yamal now gets the chance to disconnect from the football world and recharge his batteries. While many players are now slogging it out at the Club World Cup, Barcelona stars have over a month off as they are not due back for pre-season until the second week of July. Barcelona are reportedly considering cutting ties with a long-forgotten squad member, potentially terminating his contract just like they did with Clement Lenglet. Oriol Romeu has returned to FC Barcelona following a season-long loan at Girona, the very club he left back in 2023 to join the La Liga champions. Romeu did not feature in Hansi Flick's plans and returned to Montilivi last summer, where he had previously excelled under Michel, to compete in the UEFA Champions League. However, the midfielder did not reach the level that he had shown at Girona back in 2022-23, which helped him earn a move to Barca. Now, at 33 years of age, Romeu has returned to the Blaugrana, with 1 season remaining on his contract. Contract termination an option for Romeu. According to Sport, Barcelona could explore the possibility of mutually terminating Romeu's contract, similar to the arrangement recently reached with Clement Lenglet. The French defender, who still had 2 years left on his contract, was paid a small compensation of around €1.5 million and handed a letter of freedom, allowing him to join Atletico Madrid for free. So far, Romeu has not spoken with either Deco, Barcelona's sporting director, or head coach Hansi Flick. He is awaiting news as well as a possible meeting between Deco and his agent, Magic Diaz, to determine his future. The 33-year-old is aware, however, that there is no space for him in Flick's squad, with the midfield already well covered by Frenkie de Jong, Pedri, Marc Casado, Gavi, Marc Bernal, and even Eric Garcia, whom the German has used as a number 6. Romeu, who has previously played in the Premier League for Chelsea and Southampton, would prefer to remain in Spain. However, before considering any offers, he wants to understand Barcelona's intentions. It is expected that the situation will be resolved before the start of the pre-season next month. If not, Romeu could begin pre-season preparations under Flick on July 13 while awaiting an update on his future. FC Barcelona are looking to make several signings to strengthen their squad for the upcoming 2025-26 season, and in addition to the goalkeeper position, one of the areas of the team that they want reinforced is that of the left wing. The Catalans are reportedly already in the final phases of signing the goalkeeper Joan Garcia, and are also working on strengthening their attack. In this latter regard, their favorite candidate is reported to be the Liverpool winger Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz has his sights set on one thing this summer: a dream move to Barcelona. The Colombian winger is said to be fully focused on making the switch to Camp Nou, putting all other options aside. The Colombian star himself is keen for a move to Barcelona, and this is clear from a report from Mundo Deportivo, which claims that Diaz has started his vacation while thinking only about playing for the Blaugrana team for the next season. The Liverpool winger was one of the stars in the high-profile South American World Cup qualifier match between Colombia and Argentina, in which he scored an amazing goal after beating 4 Argentine defenders: Christian Romero, Nahuel Molina, Nicolas Otamendi, and Leandro Paredes. In addition to this goal, he also came close to scoring another goal, and his teammate, Richard Rios, missed another great chance created by him. Ultimately, his team could only get a draw against the 10-man Argentina team, top scorer in South American qualifiers. This was the last game for the Colombian in the 2024-25 season, and yesterday he started his vacation after having been the top scorer in the South American qualifiers with 7 goals, one more than Lionel Messi and the Bolivian Miguel Terceros. Liverpool are not participating in the Club World Cup, and thus, Luis Diaz is already enjoying holidays with his family, while thinking about playing for Barcelona next season, something he has dreamed of since his childhood. He knows this might be his last chance to play for his favorite club, while Liverpool themselves might not be too averse to his transfer after having signed Florian Wirtz for €150 million. So from Lamine Yamal's cryptic vacation message, to contract cuts looming for out-of-favor veterans, and a Premier League star dreaming of Barca glory, this transfer window is shaping up to be anything but predictable. Are we witnessing the start of a silent revolution at Barcelona? Or just smoke and mirrors before a major summer shakeup? Hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and make sure to subscribe, because things are getting wild in Catalonia. Barcelona are making serious moves this summer, and the drama is just getting started. After being shut down by Liverpool over a bold approach for Luis Diaz, Barca's sporting director Deco has finally broken his silence, and his words are turning heads. But that's not all. The Catalan giants are now ready to cash in on a top defensive prodigy, and they've already got their eyes locked on a Bundesliga sensation as a replacement. Is this the start of a massive rebuild at Camp Nou? Buckle up, because the summer transfer saga is heating up fast. Barcelona are keen to sign Luis Diaz in the summer transfer window, but Liverpool are not interested in a sale. Barcelona sporting director Deco has insisted that the club are still in the market for a new attacker, having been rebuffed in their efforts to sign Luis Diaz. The winger played a key role in helping Liverpool win the Premier League title last season. Diaz scored 17 goals in all competitions, with 13 coming in the league, as the Reds claimed the English championship for a record-equaling 20th time. Diaz is approaching the final 2 years of his Anfield contract. He has long been linked with Barcelona, with Deco and head coach Hansi Flick publicly admitting that they both admire the Colombia international. He said via FCBN, "I think we have enough balance, both in defense and in midfield. There are players who are still going to grow. Like Gavi, who is returning from an injury, but who will improve a lot with next year's preseason. There is also Marc Bernal, who was injured at the beginning of the season. We have Ronald, Araujo and Dani Olmo, with whom we are working so that they do not suffer injuries again. In attack, it will depend on what we can do in the market. But perhaps it is the only sector in which we identify that one or another player is missing." Liverpool boss Arne Slot was asked about Deco's previous comments about Diaz before the 1-1 draw against Crystal Palace on the final day of the 2024-25 season. Slot quipped that he also admired Barca pair Lamine Yamal and Rafinha. Slot said, "Every club has its own way of doing things. You are used to the fact that I don't talk about players from other clubs that we haven't signed. I understand he is a big admirer of Lucho Diaz, because I am a big admirer of him as well. He is a great player having a great season. Deco admires a few players, which we all do. I admire Lamine Yamal and Rafinha a lot as well." Diaz's future. Diaz joined Liverpool from Porto in January 2022 for an initial fee of £37 million. He has won 4 major trophies at Anfield, with the Premier League title being the highlight. In total, the 28-year-old has netted 41 goals and 23 assists in 148 appearances. En route to the title, he was deployed as a makeshift striker during large periods despite being a natural winger. Diaz now heads off for his summer break after representing Colombia during the post-season international break. He scored a sublime goal in a 1-1 draw against World Cup and Copa America holders Argentina on Tuesday night. As well as Barcelona, Diaz has been linked with a potential move to Saudi Arabia this summer. Barca made an early approach to sign Diaz this summer, but they were rebuffed by the Reds, who do not want to sell. In an interview with Brazilian outlet Globosport, Deco did reveal that bolstering the La Liga champions' options in the final third is the priority. Barcelona ready to listen to offers for defensive prodigy. Identify Bundesliga star as replacement. Barcelona youngster Gerard Martin had the worst possible start to the UEFA U21 Euros, as he picked up an injury in Spain's very first game against Slovakia. Martin's injury may go a long way in dictating his future at Barcelona, with the youngster emerging as one of the players who may leave the club. Barcelona ready to listen to offers. According to Diario Sport, Barcelona are ready to listen to offers for Gerard Martin this summer. Although the Spaniard is considered the main alternative to left-back Alejandro Balde, he has yet to show the club that he is ready to compete with the Barcelona star. The club therefore are weighing up Martin's potential exit, though they won't force the youngster to leave Catalonia. Alejandro Grimaldo emerge as main target. Should Martin leave Barcelona this summer, the club have already chalked up a potential replacement in the form of Alejandro Grimaldo. A former graduate of La Masia, Grimaldo is quite familiar with the Barca identity and should have no problems fitting in quickly. Grimaldo has enjoyed a stellar spell in the Bundesliga with Bayer Leverkusen, but with Xabi Alonso joining Real Madrid, the player might consider moving on. A return to Barcelona to that end could appear appealing for the Spaniard as he looks to take the next step in his career. Grimaldo brings forth vast experience at the highest level of football. His experience, coupled with his quality, can help him add some healthy competition for Bald at left-back next season. However, it remains to be seen whether or not Barcelona are in a position to cough up €15 million for the experienced left-back this summer. So with Liverpool firmly shutting the door on Luis Diaz and Deco speaking out, Barcelona's transfer plans have taken a major twist. Selling a defensive gem while targeting a Bundesliga star shows they're not playing games, they're planning a transformation. But will this gamble pay off? Or are Barca risking it all in their hunt for glory? Stay tuned, hit that like button and let us know in the comments. Which move should Barcelona make next? The summer window is wide open, and anything can happen.